Jeffrey B. Healing Shame, November the 5th, 2024. It's going to be a tough topic for me because I feel very conflicted about this topic. And basically, I'm just going to jump right into it. If I had to do it all over again, I would never have come to China. I first arrived in China in 2009, and basically for the last nearly 15 years, back and forth, I've been to China. Um, it opened my mind so far that it made me incapable of returning to the United States and staying there long term. That's what it did to me. That's my experience. And I was not ready for China. I was in no position mentally, emotionally, to be able to go to a country like that with everything it had, with just blowing my mind wide open. It actually did more damage than anything. And now I'm dealing with the consequences of having lived in Asia, in China. I don't know if it's erasing China or erasing Asia from my memory banks. Probably China. It traumatized me. And like I said, it put me into a position where it made it that much harder to go home because it basically became an escape hatch. Anytime that I felt like I needed sex or a woman or a relationship or just to get away from American politics or culture or anything I was uncomfortable with, or my origins or memories from my childhood, I could just get on a plane and run back to China where I could start working, making money, dating girls, blah, 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 and all this. Now that worked until it didn't work anymore. And I started experiencing panic attacks about 8 years ago. I remember being back home. I remember the first time it happened. I had come home and I'd stayed there in 2016, and it was around July or August of 2016, about August, and I was planning on going back to China again at that time because I wanted to be with the girl I was dating. I wanted to get laid. I wasn't having sex in America. It's just a different dating game altogether. So I wasn't getting my way there, and so I wanted to get out. I wanted to go back, see the girl I was with at the time. And I remember I had a ticket booked and all that. And I woke up that morning or something. And I was so full of panic, I just couldn't go through with it. So I canceled the trip and then I rebooked. I probably did that like 3 times. Canceled, rebooked. But if you go back in time even more, when I first got back to America at the beginning of 2016, I couldn't sleep, I think. I don't know if it was 2016 or 2017. One of those 2 years when I got back home, I was jerking awake at night and my heart was racing. I thought I was like dying, having a panic attack. When that started, it went both ways. When I would return to China, I'd have that. One time when I got back to China in 2016, August of 2016, I had such bad panic attacks. I woke up not knowing where I was. I wanted to run and jump out the fucking window. And I was on the 24th floor. Maybe that would have been an insta death. I don't know. Maybe not, but it would have been pretty messy. I definitely had those desires to escape what I was going through, and so China became that great escape, became a way out, basically a drug. It became a drug. Relocation, pulling a geographical, as they put it in AA and some other programs. I was pulling geographical cure, and that was my fix. That was my drug, my dope. And now that all that time has gone by, I'm basically going to have to go back to America and start all over again. Like I'm, 25, but I'll be 45. That's hard, but I have to definitely accept the reality of what it is, and I have to say, I wish I would have never gone to China. Or if I went to China, I wish it would have just been a vacation, and I wish my mind was uh, more stable so that I could have handled what I encountered. When I went there, I was still in the alcoholism and all that stuff. So I had no idea how to process. It just caused more damage because I wasn't ready to be in China, and I'm tempted. I have an option of going to China now from here, from Thailand to China, and to visit my girl, and then also to visit a friend in Shenzhen. And I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to do it because going to China feels like a step backwards, and I feel traumatized by it. It's such a hard environment. Great place, full of amazing culture and history. But if you're a little bit off here, it is not a good environment to be in. I can tell you that. And I'm not totally secure here right now. So if I had to do it all over again, probably would never come to Asia at all. Maybe Japan, but not China. No way. My mind, my soul, my spirit, emotion was not ready for that. My psyche was not ready for that at all. So I wish I would have stayed home, never come out and seen all this stuff, because once you see it all, you can't unsee it. It's been seen. You can't go back. And when you go back, you start to think about, you start to see China in your mind. Just like that scene from the end of Jarhead where it's snowy, but he looks out the window and he sees the desert. That's scary. And I've seen that in my head. I've seen Chinese buildings when I'm looking and I'm awake. I see China out there, the landscape. I used to go through Chicago and look out and, oh my gosh, I'm looking at China. No, it's Chicago. That's the Chicago skyline. But I was seeing China. That's PTSD. I'm not going to say too much more. I just wanted to share with you because I haven't posted in a couple of days. I'm getting burnt out with this channel, but I got to keep trying to keep going with it. But there's hope. I know. I just need to get home, put my feet down, and not leave. Not come back to Asia for a long time. Put Asia in my rear view. I want to erase it from my memory. Thailand's great and all that, but really, I've been here too long. I need to get out and I need to stay out for a while. And I need to put it in the past. Put Asia in my rear view, especially China. All of it. So I'm going to work on that, and that's all I have for you. Until next time.